Hello and welcome to the Purchasing Card, Travel, and Entertainment Policy by Bryant University. This video has been developed to provide training for staff and faculty who will be making purchases on behalf of Bryant University. This training will go over the policy for the following: purchasing cards or P-cards, and the travel and entertainment. The aim is to present common sense spending guidelines and introduce expectations for those authorized to spend university funds. In this video, we will go over an overview, administration, university credit card acquisition, cardholder responsibility, purchasing policy, travel and entertainment policy, gift card policy, and restricted items. This purchasing card and travel and entertainment policy is applicable for business and travel and entertainment expenses incurred by faculty and staff on behalf of Bryant University. It outlines the policy in general terms to ensure only reasonable and necessary expenditures for authorized business, travel, and entertainment are incurred, documented, and paid for by the university in conformity with applicable laws, such as those instituted by the Internal Revenue Service, acceptable practices, and good judgment. While the information in this policy should be sufficient to cover most scenarios, it is inevitable that certain situations are not addressed. When traveling, a university credit card must be used. The university will not reimburse expenses paid through a personal card. If an individual requires a card, please contact the purchasing department at extension 6018. The responsibility to adhere to this policy rests both with the university credit card holders as well as the supervisor, department head, vice president, or administrator who certifies conformance to these guidelines by approving the expenditures. This policy applies to anyone who incurs expenses paid by Bryant University, regardless of the source of the funds. The university cardholder is eligible to use their university credit card for reasonable costs for miscellaneous expenses, travel, meals, and lodging incurred by the transaction of university business. Divisions and/or departments may implement more restrictive policies. The policy is not expected to outline every possible scenario, but should cover most expenditures. Federal grant awards may have separate and unique guidelines. Any exceptions to the policy below must be approved by the divisional vice president and the vice president of business affairs and chief financial officer. The university credit card program is administered by the purchasing department. Purchasing is responsible for establishing new university credit card holder accounts with our current credit card provider, managing roles and approval flows, resetting logins, updating, changing credit limits, performing monthly audits, and ensuring that all guidelines within this policy are being followed by university credit card holders. The purchasing department reserves the right to close or suspend any university credit card in the case of continued misuse by the university credit card holder. Since it is a corporate account, the purchasing office, through the Bryant liability account, pays the entire invoice to the bank. Departmental charges are directly downloaded to the general ledger by the 10th of each month. University credit card holders are not required to pay their monthly invoices received from our current credit card provider. Both full-time and part-time faculty or staff who need to travel, entertain, and/or make purchases as a part of their role at Bryant are eligible for university credit card as determined by the applicant's divisional vice president. To apply for a university credit card, please complete the application at the link provided. There are 3 types of cards: 1. Purchase only, 2. Travel and entertainment only, or 3. Both purchase and travel and entertainment. The university will issue university credit cards with a standard credit limit of $5,000 a month with a $2,500 single transaction limit. Actual university credit card limits may vary as determined by the divisional vice presidents. University credit card holders should always be aware of their profiles and limits. Any changes to limits must be requested through the purchasing department at the link below. Once the initial university credit card application has been submitted and approved, the university credit card holder will be required to attend a training session through Zoom, in person, or will be required to view the online training video at the link below. A university credit card holder must agree to the university credit card user agreement prior to receiving their university credit card. This policy will ensure consistent and fair treatment between departments and divisions throughout the university. The quality of travel, accommodations, entertainment, and related expenses should be governed by what is reasonable and appropriate to the business purpose involved. The university respects the personal integrity and discretion of each member of its faculty and staff. The use of the university credit card or reimbursement for university purchases, travel, and/or entertaining expenses must meet the following criteria. University credit card holders must have paid or incurred expenses while performing services as an employee of the university. University credit card holders must provide a statement or receipt substating the amount, time, use, and business purpose of the expenses within a reasonable amount of time after the expenses are incurred and prior to the upload to the banner system. The use of the university credit card for personal purchases is strictly prohibited and responsible spending is required. If the university credit card has been used accidentally for a personal purchase, reimbursement must be made immediately at the bursar's office. The receipt of repayment should be maintained as evidence of payment. The maintenance of proper records and documentation for all purchases is required. Original detailed receipts must be uploaded to the portal from our credit card provider. If a receipt has been misplaced or lost, a missing receipt affidavit or an MRA must be completed. The MRA must be signed by the supervisor of the university credit card holder, the vice president of the division, and the CFO in business affairs. The MRA must include an itemized detail of the expense. An unsigned affidavit is not considered a valid receipt and will result in an audit finding and may result in the suspension of the university credit card. Maintenance of proper records is the responsibility of the cardholder. On the 10th of each month, university credit card transactions will be loaded into the university's general ledger. The university credit card holder must expense the transaction prior to the upload to ensure that the expense is allocated to the correct budget account. Failure to expense the transaction prior to the upload to banner will result in an email to the university credit card holder and the university credit card holder's immediate supervisor. All unaccounted transactions must be cleared within a 30-day window, and a journal entry must be processed to expense to the appropriate account. After 30 days, the university credit card will be placed on temporary hold until the allocation is complete and a journal entry to adjust the budget has been processed. All travel receipts must be uploaded to the expense report for each trip. Receipts must include detailed information regarding the purchase. For example, a meal expense should include the business purpose for the lunch and who was present. A detailed receipt must be included. The receipts for monthly spending must be reconciled to the monthly bank statement. The reconciliation ensures that all charges to the university credit card are valid and accurately billed. Transactions may take 24 to 48 hours to post to the account. Purchases made near the end of the month may not appear until the following month. The purchasing department monitors all university credit card transactions. When unfamiliar or suspicious activity is flagged, the university credit card holder will be sent an email requesting more information. Response to such an email must happen immediately in order for the university to protect the account and take any necessary action. The university credit card holder must attempt to resolve any disputed transactions through direct contact with the merchant. If the matter cannot be resolved, our current provider must be alerted, and a dispute can be filed on the university credit card holder's behalf. A university credit card holder must surrender his or her university credit card upon termination of employment, for example, retirement, voluntary, or involuntary termination. Under no circumstances should the department continue to use the university credit card after the university credit card holder's departure. The university credit card holder must ensure that all final receipts are attached to any outstanding expense report and reconciliation has been completed. University credit card holders may make purchases online, by phone, or in person. It is the responsibility of the university credit card holder to ensure 1. Secure sites are used when making online purchases. 2. Receipts for goods and services are received from the merchant and must include a dollar amount and state a description of the time or services purchased. Receipts should be itemized. 3. Credit card returns must be properly processed. When using the university credit card at a retail store and an item must be returned, A credit to your university credit card must be obtained. Cash refunds or store credit are prohibited. 4. Tax-exempt certificates should be presented. Tax-exempt certificates are available through purchasing or accounts payable. 5. All items requiring shipping must be sent directly to the university. Shipping an item elsewhere is prohibited unless approved by the divisional vice president. The most cost-effective mode of travel, auto, air, or train, should be made based on your itinerary. Group travel arrangements may be made through the university's approved travel agency, Donovan Travel, at 401-885-3500. When making reservations, please give the agent your 6-digit organization number. Donovan Travel has a direct billing agreement with the university and will be sent an invoice directly to accounts payable. We understand there may be more effective methods of reserving travel for larger groups that require 24/7 travel assistance. The university depends on the discretion of its employees to make the most cost-effective decision for travel and entertainment. Entertainment of students. Light refreshments for receptions, lectures, and other special events are allowed. Bryant's food service should cater such events. Occasional entertainment of such student volunteers by chairs or directors as a thank you is allowed. Occasional, at most once per semester, inexpensive entertainment such as pizza, of paid student workers/RAs by chairs or directors as a thank you is allowed. Entertainment of faculty/staff members. Entertainment of fellow faculty/staff and meals on or off campus for faculty/staff meetings are only allowed when a business purpose is documented and with approval from the divisional vice president. Annual staff retreats are allowed upon divisional vice president approval. Individual faculty, staff, department going-away parties, or retirement celebrations are allowed on an exception basis with prior divisional vice president approval. Departmental holiday celebrations are not allowed. Campus-wide retirement parties must be catered by the university's food service provider. Other campus-wide celebrations are allowed only in special circumstances and must be approved in advance by the divisional vice president. The general university policy is to reimburse for one alcoholic beverage per meal. If purchasing a bottle of wine for a group meal, the cost of the bottle of wine should not exceed $50. The one alcoholic beverage and bottle of wine policy does not apply when entertaining trustees, donors, or potential donors. Please specify the names of the trustees, donors, or potential donors. Individual and or departmental gifts for parting, retirement, thank you, holidays, etc. are not reimbursed and should not be purchased using a university credit card. A gift for the non-faculty staff host of a gathering is allowed up to $50. Condolence gestures are managed by Human Resources. Further gestures, for example, births, illness, birthdays, etc., made by individuals are not allowed and the university credit card should not be used. Airfare. Only coach travel is allowed. Otherwise, individuals cover incremental cost to upgrade. Extended legroom or extra comfort seats are permitted for flights that exceed 5 hours. Personal excess baggage charges, flight insurance, etc. are not allowed and should not be charged using university funds unless approved by the divisional vice president. Personal automobile. When employees use their personal vehicle on authorized university business, it is their personal insurance policy that has primary coverage for liability and physical damage coverage. It is important that the individual have adequate coverage as Bryant's insurance provides non-ownership liability for exposure to the university only. This means the insurance covers only the university in the event of a lawsuit. Personal auto is appropriate for travel that is up to 200 miles round trip from campus. Any request for mileage reimbursement above 200 miles must be approved by supervisor, the divisional vice president, and the CFO. Reimbursed at 65.5 cents per business mile. Toll and parking fees will be reimbursed at actual cost. Gas, oil, repairs, maintenance, fines, etc. are not reimbursed and should not be charged to the university credit card. The university will not reimburse any personal insurance deductible for damages sustained while on business. Automobile rental. Through an association with one of our consortiums, The university has an agreement with Enterprise that enables us to get the most competitive rates and service. Vehicle rentals must be made through National or Enterprise Corp. To receive the most competitive rates. Bryant University must be listed on the agreement. The university provides auto liability and collision coverage for domestic rented vehicles. Please provide Bryant's auto policy number, #PHPK2420561, an effective date to the rental agency when renting a vehicle for university business. Vehicle rental, foreign. The university does not maintain auto liability or collision coverage internationally. Please purchase auto liability and collision insurance from the rental agency when renting a vehicle for university business internationally. Vehicle class must be compact or standard. Luxury vehicles are not allowed, and the university credit card should not be used for limousine services unless approved by the divisional vice president. Any rental involving a university driver under the age of 25 must have full insurance coverage, collision and liability, through the rental company. As an employee, you are welcome to utilize 49B848 for personal travel. Please use the following link to expedite your reservation process. Enroll in Emerald Club. When you enroll in the National Emerald Club Loyalty Program, your loyalty number is linked to the Bryant corporate account number. Being a member always allows you to bypass the counter and choose any car of your choice and go. Book the rental vehicles as early as possible. Booking 2 to 3 weeks in advance ensures better availability. A best practice would be to reserve your car rental at the time of booking both air and hotel accommodations. There is no cancellation fee through Enterprise, so we encourage you to book a rental early and cancel after all if it is not needed. Bryant University has a dedicated account manager, Alexandra Jamil, who can be reached at alexandra.f.jamil@ehi.com. For vehicles rented in a foreign country, the university's international policy covers liability only, and therefore you must secure physical damage coverage from the rental agency. Employees' personal effects while within the vehicle are not covered by university's insurance unless the vehicle is no more than 1,000 feet from campus. Limit of $25,000. If a loss or damage occurs to your personal property outside of this radius, please submit the loss directly to your homeowner/renter's insurance. Return the rental car with a full tank of gas. Refueling charges by the rental agency are not normally reimbursed. Automobile policy covers the use of any motor vehicle, including all owned, leased, non-owned, and hired vehicles for faculty, staff, volunteers, and students driving vehicles on authorized university business. Drivers of Bryant-owned vehicles must be approved through the Office of Risk Management. In the event of an accident, the following guidelines will expedite proper notification of all parties, including insurance carriers. These guidelines will help ensure compliance with the law. Appropriate first aid should be rendered to all injured persons, and the Public Safety Department or police and/or fire personnel should be immediately notified. When making statements, answer all questions from police officers truthfully and directly, but otherwise refrain from casual comments or admissions of any kind. If no police officer is present, as many law enforcement agencies do not investigate non-injury accidents, exchange driver, vehicle, and insurance information. Failure to identify yourself or leave identifying information for any attended or unattended vehicle violates university policy and Rhode Island law. Most states and Rhode Island state law requires that drivers file accident reports in the city/town the accident occurred within 2 weeks of the accident date. For insurance purposes, all accidents should be reported within 24 hours to the risk manager at rms@bryant.edu. Train travel. This is encouraged when cost-effective. We recommend arrangements to be made through Donovan Travel. You can only travel through coach. Otherwise, individuals will cover the incremental costs. Lodging. We recommend arrangements to be made through Donovan Travel or through the most cost-effective method. Many conferences offer blocks of reduced-rate hotel rooms. Lodging costs should be kept to a minimum. Costs up to $400 in high-cost areas such as New York City, Boston, Newark, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. For other areas, costs should be up to $200 per night. Conference rates are allowed. We do have sales tax exemption on hotel rooms. We are exempt from sales tax in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York. Please obtain appropriate tax exemption forms from accounts payable or from purchasing. Meals, alcoholic beverages, and incidentals during travel. Reimbursement based on actual expenditures with a maximum of 20% gratuity. General guidelines are that the actual cost of meals and incidentals should be approximately $60 per full day. If conference fees include meals, no reimbursement should be requested. Entertainment expenses should be detailed on both the restaurant receipt as well as the expense report. The names of attendees and the business purpose should be included. The university policy is to reimburse for one alcoholic beverage per meal. If purchasing a bottle of wine for a group meal, the cost of the bottle of wine should not exceed $50. The one alcoholic beverage and bottle of wine policy does not apply when entertaining trustees, donors, or potential donors. Please specify the name of the trustees, donor, or potential donors when applicable. Allowable incidentals include cash tip and laundry when there is extended travel. Personal hygiene items, medicines, etc. are not reimbursed, and the university credit card should not be used to purchase these items. Personal entertainment, such as movies and games, are not allowed. University guest travel. When the university is paying for guest travel, such as job candidates, trustees, consultants, etc., we encourage travel arrangements to be made through Donovan Travel or the most cost-effective method. Hotel reservations should be made at our local hotels that have direct billing agreements with the university. The preferred hotel is Residence Inn at 632 George Washington Highway. They will direct bill the department. We have a contracted rate of $169 per night. If the Residence Inn is full, the Marriott at 636 George Washington Highway is the recommended hotel at a rate of $159 per night. The Hampton Inn at $109 per night shall be reserved for student affairs. The individual making the reservation will be required to provide their name, their banner organization number, and/or their Bryant email address. Please have this information ready. Gift card policy. Bryant must comply with IRS regulations addressing tax implications surrounding gift cards and gift certificates. Under Internal Revenue Code 132, a gift card, gift certificate, store value card, or prepaid Visa MasterCard, collectively referred to as a gift card, is considered a cash or cash equivalent that is subject to taxes regardless of the face value. In addition, gift cards can be susceptible to fraud or misappropriation because they lack the audit trail that exists with a check or ACH payment. As a result, the university should limit the purchase and giving of gift cards in the course of business. Gift cards must not be used as a way to compensate employees for work provided or for birthday gifts, holiday gifts, get-well gifts, or welcoming gifts. The university recognizes that it may sometimes be appropriate to present a gift card to a third party. The preferred form of recognition is a non-cash item such as flowers, as these do not have the same tax implications. The university recognizes, however, that faculty and staff may want to use gift cards for awards, incentives, or as a thank you gesture to individuals such as volunteers or research subjects. For these reasons, gift cards may be purchased using the college P-card. A gift card may be purchased for a non-employee as a thank you for volunteering to compensate research subjects to maintain confidentiality, or as a prize for survey or raffle participants. Gift cards should be valued at $50 or less. The following documentation must be included with the receipt for the gift card. Name of the recipient of each gift card. If the recipient is a research subject, the name should be maintained by the researcher in a secure location. Gift cards should only be purchased as needed to avoid a surplus gift card inventory. Gift cards must be secured at all times until distributed. Restricted items. The university credit card is not to be used for the following commodities. Doing so represents misuse and could result in temporary suspension or cancellation of your university credit card. An exception is allowed only in special circumstances for certain donor, advancement, recruitment, visiting artists/lecturers, visiting external reviewers, and similar purposes determined in advance by the divisional vice president responsible for approving the expense. Assets. Any items that can be classified as an asset of the university must be obtained through the purchasing department unless specific written authorization is given by the purchasing office. cash advances or traveler's checks. Be sure to review available credit before traveling and contact the purchasing office if emergency funds are required. Cell phones. All cell phones must be obtained through the Information Services Help Desk. Cell phone accessories can be obtained at the time of the original order from IT. Chemicals. Chemicals housed on campus must be tracked by the Facilities Department and should never be purchased without approval. Clothing. No clothing, except for promotional purposes, may be purchased with your university credit card. Computer, hardware, or software. These items must be requisitioned through the help desk, as our IT department is responsible for the support of these items. Consultants. This type of purchase is not allowable with your university credit card. Cosmetic/beauty supplies/personal hygiene items. These types of products are prohibited with a university credit card and should be purchased with personal funds. Entertainment tickets for movies, theater, concerts, and sporting events. These are not allowed. Also prohibited are tickets or other expenses at a nightclub or casino. Flowers. In the event of the death of an employee's immediate family, Human Resources is the only department authorized to expend university funds for flowers or contributions to a selected charity. Flower or contributions are sent when 1. An employee dies, 2. There is a death in the immediate family of an employee, such as a spouse, domestic partner, or spousal equivalent, parent, child, stepchild, adopted child, sister, brother, mother-in-law, or father-in-law. These are the only cases when flowers or contributions are sent to the name of the university. Firearms and explosives. No firearms, explosives, or ammunitions may be purchased with your university credit card. Furniture. All furniture purchases require purchase order. Contact purchasing at extension 6018. Gasoline. University credit cards may not be used to purchase gasoline for personally owned vehicles. Any mileage incurred for business use of a personal vehicle should be claimed as a reimbursement from the university at the appropriate rate, which would be in effect for the period as determined by the IRS. Office equipment/furniture. All office equipment and furniture must be purchased through WB Mason and require a purchase order. For exceptions, please contact purchasing at extension 6018. Office supplies. Office supplies must be ordered through WB Mason. If you find a more competitive price, please contact purchasing at extension 6018. Personal purchases. Items purchased for personal use are strictly prohibited. Should you make a personal purchase in error, you must immediately reimburse the bursar's office and obtain a stamped receipt and maintain this copy for auditing purposes. Prescription drugs and controlled substances. This type of purchase is not allowable with your university credit card. Staff and/or student birthday gifts, holiday gifts, get-well gifts, welcoming gifts. These are not permitted with university funds. Human Resources will send sympathy flowers to individuals when notified by department heads. Sundry items. Toothpaste, sunscreen, mints, etc. It is the responsibility of the university credit card holder to supply these items when traveling or otherwise. Tolls. The university will cover tolls while on a business trip. However, the university credit card cannot be used to replenish a personal Easy Pass. Reimbursements on tolls can be made through travel reimbursement through accounts payable. Traffic violations. No traffic, moving, parking, or other violations may be paid for by the university credit card. It is expected that the driver of the vehicle will pay the violations with their personal funds. Transportation to or from a non-university related event. Any transportation to or from an event or outing while away at a conference that is not included in conference activities is not an approved purchase. For example, sightseeing or transportation to visit a friend who lives nearby, etc. Continued improper use of the university credit card, including the purchase of restricted items, may be considered misappropriation of Bryant funds and may result in a disciplinary action, up to and including termination. The university reserves the right to take legal action to recoup such funds. In the event the university prevails in any lawsuit against a university credit card holder to recover unauthorized charges, the university credit card holder agrees that the court may award the university its reasonable costs and attorney's fees. Expenses should be reasonable when interacting with external constituencies, such as trustees, donors, alumni, job candidates, professional guests, etc. Expenses for local dining, such as Dunkin' Donuts, or involving non-university personnel are allowed when the purpose of the meeting is to conduct university business, and when it is necessary or desirable to have the meeting in conjunction with or during a meal. Entertainment expenses should be reasonable in relation to the nature of the function and the resulting business benefit expected to be derived from the expenditure. A list of names must be indicated on the expense report along with the purpose of the entertainment. Some examples of this type of entertainment would be for alumni functions and entertaining donors or prospective donors. This concludes the training for the P-Card, Travel, and Entertainment Policy. Please review the other videos on this channel for help with receipt imaging for both single transactions and multiple transactions, as well as receipt expensing on a purchase. If you have any further questions, please contact purchasing at extension 6018. Thank you.